something you can't fix.
If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane.
It's Jay and Adam. It's Preview.
It's Preview's Fix It with Adam and Jay.
Hey, peaches! Welcome to Fix It. We're friends. Don't let friends fix pop culture alone.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay. And you're our listener.
Well, hey there, listeners.
Ho there, listeners.
Welcome to the chase, listeners. Welcome to the holy war between the hand and the chase.
Yeah, man.
Chase? Is it
Welcome.
Chased?
Yeah, that's right, guys.
Chased?
Yep. Even Vlasteria has its own gangs of wandering ninjas, and they will fight and fight. Yes, indeed. So, do you have any proclivities for being a ninja? Perhaps you'll fit in just fine in here in Vlasteria.
Well, if there's a hand in the chase?
It's the chased.
Chased. Okay.
The
If there is
chased.
a chased, then what would our mystical...
Oh, is that what you were... I was wondering what was going on with you.
how do you pronounce the T? Or the
Chased.
Chased.
It's chased.
Chased. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually pronounce it. Although, now that you say that, it is kind of
Because
weird.
in my head, I'm like, chased. Like, actually, I'm being chased.
Are they technically in this movie?
Styx group
Is the chase.
chased.
I know that.
Yes.
Oh. They never... Guys,
We'll
this
get to-
one...
But first, before we get there, though, we need a name for our mystical group of ninjas, Jay. Who are
The
Vlasteria's
Vlasterian...
mystical ninjas group is called. We are creating a new lore right now.
It's the boosters. You know, it's like it's all the moms who are trying to raise money for the Vlasterian football team have taken to ninjadom in order to raise money for the football team.
The boosters.
It's the boosters. Yeah, you want to join the boosters? Yeah, man. Some mom groups have bake sales. Some mom groups have silent auctions. Our mom groups, ninjas.
Okay. Welcome to the new subset of the Orchard, everybody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like, and our PTAs, they're all Vikings. Oh, man, yeah. Have you ever met with the school board while on a burning ship?
I have not, Jay.
Vlasteria is a crazy land. Welcome to our show, Fix It. I'm Jay, that's Adam. You may know us from the wildly popular YouTube reaction channel Previewed that we're posting this on now. Look at that. Look at that.
Ooh, synergy.
But this is our show, Fix It, where every week Adam and I take a piece of pop culture that maybe missed the mark, maybe didn't quite get there, maybe just couldn't land that knife throw, and we fix it. And today we're going to be fixing 2005's just runaway classic, Elektra, the spin-off from Sony Pictures, or this was Fox, technically.
Yes, this was
from Fox's 2003 picture, Daredevil, starring...
pretty decent that holds up movie.
Which is not... Yeah, it's
not
not it's not that bad.
No, Ben Affleck did a pretty good job.
Ben Affleck did a pretty good job. He always does a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm.
I like his Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could have gotten more of his Batman.
Jay, that's next week.
Oh, is that really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Spoilers, everybody. We're doing Batman v Superman next week.
They're all like, oh, cool, I'll catch you guys next week. I don't want to talk about this
No,
big old
stay
stink pile.
Stick around. This is a horrible movie.
The Jennifer Garner vehicle, right? Jennifer Garner?
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Jennifers running around, you know?
Sure.
I always get her and Jessica Biel confused.
I can see that.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they have similar milieus.
Well, Jessica Biel did Blade 3 in and around this time. Maybe a couple years earlier. But Jessica Biel was making a little play for kind of badass lady
sure,
who could
yes.
kick ass. Because it did in Blade 3, she was awesome.
Yeah,
And she also like carried on that physique of a hero for a little while.
that's fair. Yeah.
She's in one Adam Sandler film where she was like in her lingerie. Oh, it was the one where he and...
Oh, it's Chuck and Larry.
Yes.
Yeah, that movie. Oh, boy. Anywho's,
Wonder how that aged.
We're fixing Elektra this week. But before we get into our fixes and talking about this huge stink pile of a film,
Really, really bad.
we are going to be, we're going to take part in one of our many ceremonies here in Vlasteria.
Oh, mm-hmm.
One of the wonderful, wonderful segments of this show that we call Roll for Convo. Our producer, Brian, who is the best producer in the game, who is also just one wrong step away from pure destruction.
Well, the boosters are going to get him if he's not careful.
They're gonna the boosters. They need we need new uniforms next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They do not mess around.
Bake sales can only get you
so
far.
Oh, you need somebody killed. You go to the Wisteria High Booster Association.
The VHB, Jay.
Man, this country. I love Wisteria. I love this country. For those of you who maybe are tuning in on YouTube for the first time, you never watched this podcast, Wisteria is the country where all of our listeners live. So, we got you.
It's inside the orchard.
Yes, indeed. It's welcome. At
some point, someone will draw a map.
But for Roll for Convo, we've got to stay on subject. We have 20 topics of conversation for Adam and I to fully flesh out our friendship and grow deeper in our fellowship. We have 20 topics of conversation. I'm going to roll a 20-sided die, and what we're going to talk about today. That is a gentleman's 5.
5. Uh-oh. Well, this may end our friendship. Have a conversation about French fries.
About French fries?
Favorite kinds, styles, which dipping sauces rule. Do you like a certain restaurant's fries? What's the most underrated? What should be retired forever?
Okay. I mean, okay. I have a lot of hot takes about fries. To the surprise of no one.
Wow.
To the surprise of no one. First question for you about French fries. Are you a softer French fry man? Or are you a crispy fry man?
Crisp.
Yeah,
I like just a little bit of... There is a zone. There's a Goldilocks zone of fry. You don't want it too crisp.
Oh, see, you can go as crisp as you want.
No, there's a Goldilocks. It can't be too crisp, but it needs to have actual form. It needs to be able to sustain itself. It can't just be like...
Okay.
You need to hold it up. It's rock solid.
Describe to me your ideal fry. Conceptually, your ideal fry.
I mean, it's probably a McDonald's fry.
Okay.
Because that's how I was kind of like raised on McDonald's fries.
I mean, I don't think that's a bad call.
So like across the board,
McDonald's fries, they've got to be hot though.
Oh yeah.
Because they lose their heat almost immediately.
Yes, and then
they're not great.
Or cold fries are not great.
Reheated fries, you get the optimism one has when I'm like, I'll just pop these in the toaster oven or the air fryer and they'll be fine. They will not be fine.
They will never be fine.
It will never stop you from trying to do it. But also like French fries, like most other things in that realm. I mean, bad French fries are still better than no French fries. You know. I don't know.
It depends on the.
So you like it like you like a full on like just a spear shape.
Yes.
Do you deviate from shapeage?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have also gone a waffle.
Waffle.
There was a Chick-fil-A at Virginia Tech. Surprise, surprise! In Southwest Virginia, there was a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Shocker.
On the campus. But those waffle fries were freaking delicious.
Yeah.
And also the curlicues. Also fine
from Arby's.
But it can't be the thicker the fry, the smaller the Goldilocks zone of like because that's when the thicker the fry, then you're starting to get a little soft and limp. It needs to be
hot take on fry.
Uh-oh.
Hey, steak fries, kick rocks. Get out of here.
Done.
Steak fries are done.
Steak fries, we don't need you.
Steak fries are done.
We don't need it.
We don't need it.
We don't need planks of potato.
I don't need a brick of potato. I don't need it.
Nope.
I'll get a baked potato if I want to eat potato. That's kind of how I feel about it. Do you like a baked potato?
No. French fries are my only form of potato that I eat.
Interesting. Texture. Yeah. But I think, steak fries can kick rocks. However, that being said, I have had steak fries before that have been truly wonderful.
Oh, yes.
If you nail a steak fry, if it's got that good crispy, but like when you've got like
it's also got to have a good season to it.
You got like your third refill from the Red Robin, and they're clearly not trying anymore. You know?
Red Robin has steak fries?
Yeah, dude. And you get unlimited fries. You just ask for more fries, and they will keep them coming.
I had no idea.
Come on, man.
I didn't know.
Red Robin. Yum. Dude.
Yeah, I have not eaten a Red Robin in a very long time.
I don't think you've ever eaten at a Red Robin.
Untrue. I have.
Yeah, but the fries keep coming.
I did know that.
Yeah.
Is that a recent addition to Red Robin, or is it old school?
It's like their whole thing.
Their whole thing is the never-ending fries?
Yes, man. Yes.
This is the first I'm hearing about
Well,
it.
I don't think you've ever been like, yep. I think you have your fries and your burger, and you go, all right, well, it's time to pay the bill and leave.
Red Robin's not the one with the never-ending peanuts? That you just kind of you shuck them and you throw them on the ground?
You've never been to Red Robin, and you can't prove to me otherwise. Their vibe is so different from the ground, like a
like
ground
at
round.
TGI Fridays?
Do you think people throw peanut shells on the ground at TGI Fridays?
No. But I'm saying, is Red Robin's more in the line of a TGI Fridays?
I would say Red Robin is closer to a TGI Fridays.
Okay.
Yes, in its execution. Yeah, you've never been to one.
I think I have. I'm pretty sure there is one in suburban Northern Virginia.
You would remember the all-you-can-eat fries.
Would I?
Okay, for me, peak fry. Look, I have many different thoughts. If you're gonna put a gun to my head and say, what fry do you get to eat, are you gonna eat for the rest of your life? It's waffle fries. It's like the Cajun with like all the season, like the seasoning on it. You know, I mean, that's kind of how they come now. Like when like they're seasoned real good.
Yes, people are starting to use not starting, I guess, but like yes, French fries are also like popcorn in that you could just like use the base thing and put whatever flavor you want on them.
I'm not saying specifically Cajun, but I'm saying like when they kind of have like they're zesty.
Sure,
like a zesty waffle fry that's like real crisp. Oh, buddy. You know why? Because you get good sauce. You get a good sauce, like you can get ketchup in there. And you're giving me a face that means you just take fries just straight to the dome without any sauce.
Yum yum, give them to me raw, baby. You know how I like it.
Oh no. Do you not even? I'm not trying to put you on blast. I'm not trying to put you on blast right now.
Sure.
But I'm not. And this, if this is too personal, we can edit it out. You have had the same bottle of ketchup in your fridge, I think, our entire working relationship.
I think possibly.
Maybe you've gotten like replaced it once, but like
maybe
you whereas like the Schmidt house goes through ketchup. like we putting bottles on the board. You know what I'm saying? That's like a frat house. We're like putting empty bottles like above the fridge.
You're slowly peeling off the labels.
Yeah, dude.
And you're making a wallpaper.
I'm covering my notebooks in all the stickers. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're putting up plates in the ketchup front. I will say, okay, we ragged on steak fries a little bit, but have you been to like a pommes frites place, like a Belgian fry place? There's a couple in New York. One of my favorite one tragically burned down.
Oh.
But there's this. It's pommes frites is technically the term, and they're like steak fries, but they're a little bit crispier on the outside. I'm not sure how they get them crispier on the outside, but it's like steak fries, but they don't peel the potatoes, so like you also get like the skin in there.
Sure,
it's it's a hearty steak fry.
Sure.
But then it's all about the sauces, all the different kinds of sauces, like different kinds of aiolis and mayos and whatnot. Did you know that aioli is just a fancy name for a flavored mayonnaise? Did you know that?
I didn't even know what an aioli is.
Oh.
Isn't that the outer part of the nipple?
That's areola, dude. But like, dude, like a hot I want to punch you so bad right now. You did that on purpose.
I did.
You're baiting me.
I absolutely am.
Don't you bait me.
Get you baited, Jay.
I am not a bear. You did not bait me. Bear baiting is an activity where they're basically kill bears with dogs. Anyways,
we're talking about French fries.
Look it up, everybody. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing humans did. We shouldn't do that ever again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was. They would sell tickets. It was a show.
Oh my god. Can we just talk about French fries?
Yeah, for me it's waffle fries. I love all kinds of sausage. Like I'll even put ranch on French fries. I'm a monster when it comes to like sauce. I love sauce. That's mostly like why I like a waffle fry, because like you can really
get
a
sauce delivery system.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I like the crispy. But I'll be honest though. Sometimes like when it comes to like what's your fast food fry? Is it McDonald's?
Well, I mean, I haven't had McDonald's fries in a long time, but I remember that. Do you remember?
When was the last time you had fast food?
A long time. Well before
a decade, maybe.
Maybe not. I mean, definitely not during.
But you've been on road trips.
Forever times.
You've been on road trips.
Yeah, pack a sandwich.
For real?
Yeah.
That's part of the fun of a road trip.
Pack a sandwich, have some pretzels, yum yum.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you remember when Burger King and
Yes.
Wendy's decided,
Yes,
we
yes,
need
yes,
to,
yes. They wanted to
we
get
need
into
to
the-
figure this out and come up with our own good fry, and they both did.
Yes. Burger King fries are dope.
They are good.
Here's the problem with Burger King.
Okay.
Here's the problem with Burger King. The Wendy's fries are great, and they're still good, and they
Yes.
do a good job, and they are a worthwhile competitor to the McDonald's fry.
They lose, but they are a worthy competitor.
McDonald's is the
They
gold
got the
star,
salt and they got the potato.
Yes.
On lock. They've had them for decades.
Yeah, it's just
they
not-
figured it out a long time
Yeah.
ago, and it's like no one else can buy these
When
potatoes.
people tell
no
me-
one else can get this salt.
When people tell me that, oh yeah, well, I learned an interesting. I learned an interesting thing on. I'm gonna say I read an article. We all know it's because I saw a TikTok. Anyone that says
Video article.
anyone says that they read an article on something, they watched a TikTok. that's what that means
I
now.
still read articles sometimes.
Okay, well, good for you.
Thanks.
Guys, can you hear me over the sound of Adam patting himself on the back? I don't know if you can. What was I talking about? Jay, finish your thought. Burger King writ large.
Yes.
Burger King is the best fast food joint. It is. It is indeed the king. The Achilles heel of Burger King is that 98% of them are run so poorly and managed so poorly that they cannot execute the magnificent Burger King dream. If you've had like a Whopper from someone that like nailed it, it is magnificent. It is what you want from a fast food burger. It is Burger King. When they kill it, there is no competitor. I will put a well-run Burger King up against even Chick-fil-A. Like,
oh sure.
And Chick-fil-A, I mean, like from a process standard, can't be beat.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Have you ever been to a Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
They're run.
I just get the fries.
It's crazy. Like that. You know when they say like Trump got elected, people are like, he's a good businessman. I was like, I don't think he is, but that's also a weird way to want someone to be. That shouldn't be a prerequisite
to be a yes.
I mean, if someone, I would vote. If someone told me like, oh, I was a general manager of a very profitable Chick-fil-A franchise, I was like, great, you can run the country. You ran that place like a Swiss watch. Like, wow, like they execute.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? They have systems and they make it happen. Burger King has no systems. It's the Wild West. Like, I'm pretty sure the guy running the fryer is actively a tumbleweed. Like, it is crazy. You've ever been to it? It's like no one works there. But the people who do work there are mad they have to be there the whole time. It's terrible. But
so what you're saying is McDonald's is run like consistently. Pretty much, you go to McDonald's,
you know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting. It's pretty much consistent no matter where you go.
Yes.
What about Wendy's?
Wendy's is great.
Wendy's is also great.
Wendy's is about the same.
But
Wendy's, but have you ever been to a bad Wendy's?
Yes.
It's a bad experience.
It's a bad experience. Yes.
But it's fewer and far between. But when was the last time you had a good experience at a Burger King?
I don't know.
It's been
a long time.
Exactly. It's just not it. Hairdressing was right. Burger King is it. It's Burger King. But
McDonald's fries. Who comes in second? Just for the okay. Well, let's just keep it
for
fast
me,
food.
For me personally, if we're doing fast food, it's McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's.
Agree.
But from track record, Wendy's clinches the second spot because Burger King can't always execute it. Mm-hmm. All of this is to say,
yes.
All of this fry talk, aside, I have my only problem with this conversation writ large is that French fries are amazing. There's a reason that like fried potatoes have permeated most cultural dishes. It's like fried chicken. It's like every culture has figured out fried chicken was like, this is dope. Like, cause it's dope. Like, you know what I mean? When it pervades, like, like in Australia, they figured out fried chicken on their own because it's like, oh yeah, this is wonderful. There is a better option for French fries, and it is the onion ring. Onion rings will always top French fries.
Hey Jay, what's an onion ring made of?
It's onion.
Shut your mouth then. We're talking about French fries.
I'm just saying.
I don't care what you're saying. I don't care what you're saying. No, French fries, fried potatoes. Fried potatoes.
Yes.
This question is only about the potatoes. No other vegetable.
Onion is
being
technically
fried.
a tuber, like it's
We're
a,
not.
well,
We're
it's
only
a
talking
root
about
vegetable.
a
It's not
single tuber right now.
That's not tuber, but it's a root vegetable.
Either way,
whereas,
we're just talking about potatoes.
I
I was
understand.
about to launch in how to poutine should be wiped off the face of the planet.
Oh, you're
but
wrong.
you derailed everything to talk
You're
about
wrong.
onion rings.
Yeah, you're
which
wrong.
is not a part of this conversation.
Yeah, but they're incredible. You don't even like onion rings, so
No, you know why? Because it's not a fried potato,
Oh, dude.
Jay.
But you get a big burger, and like fries on the side is always like, oh, cool. But when you're like big good burger, and it's like here's some beer battered onion rings, I'm like, oh yeah,
You get that ooh la la.
Onion rings give me the ooh la las. That's exactly what it is. I go ooh la la.
Then you go ooh la la.
When you get French fries or something, you're like, well, that's what comes with it. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, good. And when the French fries are good, I'm like, oh, these are good French fries. But like when an onion ring is really good, I will shout from the rooftops. I will hit the rafters. I will grab a megaphone and I will let everybody know. I will ring those bells. I'm the hunchback of onion rings, baby. Gong. Sanctuary. Bong. But you're saying poutine needs to be wiped off the map? Tell me why you're wrong. Tell me. You tell me what you mean, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.
French fries are not a sauce delivery system.
They aggressively are.
They are
That's
not.
They
The
so
strength
are.
of the fry should be able to stand on its own.
Okay.
This is not a team sport.
But
it's just an individual
Okay,
French
so take
fry.
a place that makes really good fries, and they make poutine with those fries.
No.
And then that's a wonderful dish.
But you're ruining the French fry with all the horrible things you're putting on top of it.
What goes on poutine, Lashy?
Isn't it gravy?
Yeah, what's the other thing?
Cheese.
Not exactly.
Sometimes. What? There's melted cheese on it.
No.
Yeah.
Poutine.
Isn't it curd?
Specifically,
Isn't also some
it's
curd?
cheese curd.
Cheese curd.
There you go. I will say this. You are speaking wildly out of pocket as about a food that you have never actually tried.
Jay, I've never had gravy.
You've never had gravy? You've never had gravy? You
Yes,
never even tried it?
My Thanksgivings
It's a
are
wonderful
very
sauce.
dry.
Oh.
Both on the plate and with the alcohol.
Hey, fan art section, can you please gif Adam saying, "The Thanksgivings are very dry." I need that in my life. I need that. Speaking of Discord, if you haven't joined the preview Discord, may I recommend it? It's a really wonderful place.
It is.
With a lot of really fun people. Come join the community. Yeah. I mean, is fries best food? If you had to, like, you know, if a genie popped out of a lamp and said you only get to eat one food, and I know that's not how genies work, but
Ultimatum.
man, I got one of the rules genies. Beans. Man. He's such a stickler.
I mean, I'll say this. If there was a food that had, like, no consequences to eating.
It's a genie we're talking
No,
about.
I know.
Obviously,
but, like,
there's going to be some
But sure,
monkey's
but, like,
fault.
hey, you get one food, no consequences. You can eat
Yeah.
as much as you want, forever long as you want. Yeah, it's French fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, it's corn dogs. Oh, man. I can put...
Just you and Sonic, man.
For those of you who actually enjoy corn dogs out there, you know, my co-host is not included in that, but when have you ever eaten a corn dog and you were not smiling ear to ear? It's the happiest of foods. Now, mostly because it's also, you know, a prerequisite for being at a fair or a ball game or, you know, doing something fun. You know, they're not...
Sure.
You're never given a corn dog in a sad experience. It's never like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Here's your bouquet of corn dogs. However, now that I say that...
Thinking of you, corn
that
dogs.
sounds awesome.
Bereavement corn dogs?
Bereavement corn dog. That'll cheer me right up, dude. That'll cheer me right up. Oh, just like an edible arrangement of
Corn dogs?
hot corn dogs. They're frying them like in the van.
Turn coming up. All right,
This
hang on.
has gone-
Everybody hang on.
This is maybe the most off the rails this segment has ever gone.
We're talking about French fries, man.
It's all about them hot and spicy French fries and those hot and spicy corn. Yeah. If I if I ever wanted to give you the ooh la las, could I ever bring you fries? Would you enjoy that?
I mean, I do like French fries, Jay.
Okay. So like if ever, sometimes, you have a McDonald's right here, and sometimes I go get like a soda and a burger for lunch break. If I brought you like a thing of fries, would you be like, oh, wonderful? Ooh la la.
Well,
would you?
Not like that.
Would you?
I would probably thank you for the fries.
Yeah, but I know you would
Thank
be
you, Jay, for the
would
fries.
be cordial, but would you actually enjoy? Would that actually increase the enjoyment of your day?
Probably.
Okay.
It's French fries, man.
Okay.
French fries are our best food.
Good to know. Maybe I'll bring you fries at some point. I don't want them to make your teeth hurt.
That's French fries don't make my teeth hurt.
Okay.
I'm good with carbs.
Good to know.
It's the sugars that
It's them sugars.
It
is. I know that. I preach on that one. I know. I gotta lay off the sugar, but look, I'm not a big sweet guy. But then
you are a big sweet guy, bud.
I am a big sweet guy.
You're a big sweetie.
Thank you for
you're a big
noticing.
sweetie.
Thank you for
You're a big
noticing.
sweetie.
But I don't really like sweets a lot, like during the day. But then nighttime comes, and I'm like,
and it turns out to be the right time.
yeah, and I like it. When at nighttime, I want a sweet little treat. Do you ever just want a little treat?
Sure.
What's your little treat?
3 peanut M&Ms.
And 15 minutes of flogging myself.
It's only 36 calories. It's perfectly fine.
It's only 36 calories. You know how many calories are in 3 M&Ms?
Yes.
We are very...
It's on the thing. Amanda got one of those bigger things.
Wait.
With those little tubs.
Wait.
The peanut M&Ms.
That indicates that a serving of M&Ms is 3 M&Ms?
No. A serving is more like 12 or something like that. But I just did the math.
Cool, man.
A peanut M&M has 12 calories.
Cool. I hate that I know that now.
That's how my brain works.
I know. Well, everyone, that's been Roll for Convo. I'm not sure what just happened, but we did it. Great job, Brian.
Good job, Brian. Good question, Brian.
Didn't know it was gonna be that hot button of a thing, but yeah, it's waffle fries for days. But if you can get onion rings, get an onion ring. Or when they're like, you want to do half and a half.
Can you get a waffle?
You can
onion?
You can get a half fries, half onion rings. Reunited and it feels so good. Yeah, man. Hootin'
and scootin'.
Hootin' and scootin', baby. Speaking of hootin' and scootin', Elektra. We should move into our discussion of this film.
We spent a lot of time talking about French fries.
I watched this film this past week. I did a watch along with the Discord. We do a watch along mostly every Wednesdays. With scheduling stuff, it might move around a little bit here and there, but mostly Wednesday nights at 8 on the Discord. You can come watch whatever the movie for next week is with old Jaybird in the chat. It's really fun. But I did watch this movie, and Have
you ever seen it before? This is the first time you watched it?
This was my first time watching it. Oof. Yeah. And I think I've seen Daredevil, but it was many, many moons ago. I remember little to nothing about it.
You'll be surprised at when you watch it again. Well, because we're going to do Daredevil when the Daredevil Marvel show eventually comes out after they get done reshooting all of it and rebranding everything and figuring their stuff out. So probably next year.
Yeah. Look, Rome wasn't built in a day.
It was not.
And they didn't even have podcasting back then, so.
They didn't.
Can
you believe what it would have been like back then? To not derail us too much?
Would have been a lot of yelling.
It would have been a lot of yelling.
Probably. Anyways, I watched this movie for the first time, and I was shocked at how boring it was. Oh man, this movie was for an action for a character that, as I did some research into the character, I was like, she's mostly just good at stabbing stuff. That's mostly what her whole deal.
Yes.
For someone whose powers are stabbing, this movie was pretty boring.
Pretty boring? It was crazy boring.
Yeah. There's just, it is like a cool, some of the action sequences, pretty cool. There's some fun ones. When she's fighting the ninjas, that first set of 2 ninjas, and she does that jump stab through the roof.
Oh, the
horse jump.
The up stab that Link does in Adventures of Link.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty fun. There was some fun stuff, and also like the gun that shoots the little arrows. I'm not sure.
A little auto crossbow.
The auto crossbow. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're using an auto crossbow like that, I will just bring a gun. Just bring a gun. I was like, do you know how many moving parts are probably in that?
But
the elegance
quieter, and you can reuse your ammo.
Sure. Sure.
Just saying.
But
they're ninjas, Jay.
Yeah, but it also leaves pretty obvious. It makes it pretty obvious that you were killed by ninjas if the walls are covered in tiny little arrows. Be like, well, this was ninjas, right? Oh, it was the Booster Club. Everybody, shut up. Let's get out of here.
Everyone out.
We
saw nothing.
Yeah, man. Look, somebody's got to pay for homecoming. You know what I'm saying? Like
they need those jerseys, man.
Yeah. You think the coach's salary just comes from nowhere? Like you know. We gotta get top tier talent at Vlisteria High, man. Anyways,
before we get too far into it, we should probably catch up to Brian.
I don't wanna. Okay,
I think so.
Yeah, Brian. Tell us about Elektra when you roll that beautiful bean fun fact footage.
Thank you, gentlemen. Producer Brian here, and today we're trying to fix the 2005 Fox Marvel movie Elektra, directed by Rob Bowman and starring Jennifer Gardner, Goran Visnjic, and Terrence Stamp. Elektra is a spin-off from the 2003 Daredevil movie. It made $57 million on a budget of $65 million. Now, here are some fun bean facts. Ben Affleck reprised his role as Daredevil, but the scene was ultimately cut. Now, Garner reportedly did not want to make this film, but was contractually obligated from her Daredevil contract. Now, domestically, this was the lowest grossing film featuring a Marvel comic book character since Howard the Duck. And the failure of this movie is said to have played a huge role in setting back female-led superhero movies, as well as Garner's career. Now, if you care, this movie has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 1.6 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Now, back to the French fries for just a minute. While I don't agree with the boys' steak fry take or Jay's onion ring take, I do agree that a well-run Burger King is in the conversation for the best fast food, but the lack of consistency is truly its downfall. Anyway, back to you, gentlemen.
Huh. That was a lot of information, Brian.
That was a lot of information. And for those of you at home who have maybe not seen Elektra, before we get into I forgot the process. That's what happened.
So did I. We didn't talk about this beforehand.
Yeah, we got lost in the fry sauce.
We did
in a major way.
There's no sauce. There's no sauce. We just got lost in the
all
fries.
All the sauce. Just
lost in the fries.
If I could take a waffle fry, put it on a fork, and just dip it in, just paint it with sauce.
Oh.
And just ooh, like a Chipotle ranch. Yeah, buddy. For those of you who maybe have not seen Elektra, which of us should maybe do plot drop this time?
Who's going second for the fix?
That's a good question.
How do you feel about your fix?
I'm okay about it.
I'm right down the plate.
Okay. Maybe I'll go second, so maybe I'll do plot drop.
Jay's going to do plot drop!
This is going to be really fast. It's going to be a fast plot drop. Elektra is a assassin for hire. She gets hired to go to this place and wait for someone to orders to who she's supposed to kill. She stops a kid from stealing from her house because of reasons. She's a troubled youth, even though she looks like there's nothing. She just looks like a kid.
She is just a kid.
She actually has a good experience with the kid and her dad, and they go. She goes over to dinner and then realizes and gets to know them and becomes friends and then finds out, oh, he's the man she's supposed to kill.
I'm supposed to kill both of them. Oh, no.
Oh, I'm supposed to kill them both.
Oh, the internal struggle.
Beans. From a professional assassin who normally just kills people all the time and for some reason is making a different choice this time.
She was a cute kid.
I understand that, but I just feel like the movie did not inform me why this time was different.
Her dad plays an attractive doctor on ER at the time, so
yeah. So she does not kill that guy. So they send some ninja assassins with crossbow guns. She murders both of them through the ceiling.
Well, she only kills one of them.
Oh, the other one disappears into mist.
Stabs his own neck somehow.
Yeah.
Just by turning his head.
And then he turns into mist. Because,
They'll never give an explanation for that one,
No,
by the way.
they will not.
When you die, you turn into mist.
We realize that the person that is executing this assassination order is the organization The Hand.
Yep.
And they are... Who in Daredevil is under the control of Wilson Fisk. And then for some reason in this movie...
The Hand changes... hands. Aw, hands.
Hands.
Whoever is responsible for them changes a lot.
Yeah.
Whoever's in charge, the Hand just kind of changes leadership a lot. Elektra in the comics, Elektra is in charge of them for a couple times.
That might be coming up in my fix.
Oh my god!
But they realize they need to send in the big guns, so they send in some super-powered assassins. Elektra fights them off, and then basically they get away. And she challenges the main super powered assassin to a fight to save the girl. It does not go super great, but then the Chased show up, and we find out. Wait, I'm getting things out of order.
Nah, not really.
Not really. The Chase show up. We find out that the girl is actually another Elektra chosen person.
Not like Elektra.
Is that not? How is she different?
She's a treasure.
What does that mean?
They never explain it.
Oh, okay. This movie did not do a good job of explaining as to what was going
Typhoid
on.
Mary was also a treasure at some point. She mentioned it at the end.
Oh.
Never explanation of what it is, though.
Okay. Well.
Because then she got turned into mist.
Yeah, they end up defeating the Hand together with teamwork and friendship.
And magical string powers.
Yeah.
It's a stupid weapon.
The chain?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. And then that's the end of the movie.
Elektra just goes off on her own?
Elektra just goes off on her own, and that's literally it. It's literally it.
It's really bad. It's a terrible movie.
It's just there's just not enough to do.
It's a terrible movie.
Yeah, and for me it was bad in a bad way.
Yes,
like
you
there
don't know what you're doing with the story.
We've had this conversation. Like there can be movies that are bad that are still fun to watch.
Sure,
this was not fun to watch.
Nope.
I don't understand. We really don't get a lot of backstory of Elektra. Like, is there something in Daredevil that I missed from them explaining her entire personality?
That's why I watched Daredevil.
Yeah, because I didn't have time.
I had the time. I was like, you know what? Let me just go through this real quick. Do they mention any of this? Nope, they don't. Elektra gets no backstory except that she is.
And they don't.
Her dad is involved with Kingpin in some way. She knows a lot of martial arts. She can kick ass. She does kick ass. She and Matt fall in love so fast, and then she dies.
Yeah.
And then that's nothing about the Hand, nothing about the Chased, nothing about Stick, nothing about Matt's backstory.
Does she work for Kingpin in that movie?
No.
She's
Kingpin
just
kills her father. But
so she's trying to kill. So okay. So she's trying to just get revenge.
Yes.
So she's just there. Wow. I really thought I like watching the movie. I was like, maybe there's something in the Daredevil movie that I missed.
Well, because here's the problem. We've seen what they wanted to do in Daredevil / The Defenders. Because Elektra is a very interesting character in the comics.
Yes.
She is her own agent of chaos.
Because she
does what she wants to do. No one can control her. We don't know what side of the fence she's on when she shows up.
Yeah.
She could be helping you or hurting you. We don't know. She doesn't know sometimes. She's like, because I'm just playing what I want to do.
Yes.
I want to steal stuff. I want to control the Hand. I want power. I want to be left alone. I don't know. She's an agent of chaos.
Yeah.
And she's on again, off again with Matt a lot because it's like the cat. She's her Catwoman. Because Bruce and Selena are always like,
yes.
Will they, won't they?
Absolutely. But it's just, for me, you walk away from this movie not really knowing any more about the character than you went in.
Nope.
Which is truly I'm almost impressed at how I was like, well, I just feel like if you ask the director of this movie, hey, what's Elektra's situation? He'd be like, oh, well, she wears red.
She uses sais, which are an offensive weapon. Hey,
when you sharpen them,
Hey, guess what? Sais are not an offensive weapon.
They're a defensive weapon.
They are a defensive weapon,
But,
to be used against swords.
But to be fair, when you sharpen them up like that,
oh, you can use them for offense.
when you make
but,
when you make them swords instead of just rods,
just saying.
they are anything's that if you sharpen it
It's
up,
sharp-
anything's an offensive
if you
weapon.
pointy-eyes it, yes,
man.
anything can be a weapon.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm with you.
Like this cup, I could sharpen up this cup and get you.
You could get me.
I could smash it. I'd probably just end up
Cut your
my,
hand,
cutting
yeah,
my hand
probably.
You ever smashed a bottle
No,
like that?
I've always wanted to, though.
I've always wanted to.
Bottles are hardy, man.
Yeah, no, I think no. When people do it with like liquor bottles and stuff, I was like, "There's no way that bottle broke." I've worked in restaurants long enough to know that sometimes bottles fall off the back of the bar and they don't break.
They're sturdy.
Yeah,
Chemistry.
yeah,
Anyways, yes, Elektra has no character growth in this movie because she had more character in this. Basically, this is her scenes in Daredevil. She walks into a coffee shop that Matt and Foggy are in. Matt smells her and is like, "Ooh, I'm attracted to her." They have some witty banter. He goes outside to like chase her down to like try to say hello. They get a cute Catwoman-esque fight.
yes.
From the Halle Berry movie, but not quite as bad. But like still kind of that early 2000s, these are like superhero fight. Like, oh, okay, this doesn't need to be so cheeky and fun and silly. Like, no, like they should just be fighting whatever. And they're like, oh, clearly we're both special.
Yeah.
And then they run into each other later on, and then 3 interactions later, they're in love. And then her dad gets killed, and she thinks it's Daredevil, and now they're at odds. And then she gets killed by Bullseye, and then she's out of the movie. So she's not even really in it. Oh, and the only reason we know she's really good at fighting is the fight with Matt at the beginning when they're both like in their civvies, and then her training montage.
So she doesn't really need to be in the movie, is what you're telling me.
No.
Okay.
No.
Great.
The most important thing she did in the movie was to be on screen slashing sandbags while Evanescence's Bring Me to Life was playing.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool. I'm not gonna sit here and
Dude, when that song starts playing in Daredevil, that's the coolest thing one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. Because that song rips. To this day, I still listen to it very often.
I know. Because you listen to about 10 songs.
Maybe 15 to 20.
You could fit all of Adam's discography in like a iPod Nano.
Pretty much. Yeah. But she slashes a bunch of stuff, and it's really cool. The song's playing like, this is really cool, and then she's dead in 5 minutes. Her first time out as Elektra, and she dies. Oh, almost immediately.
Yeah, no.
It's just really no reason for her to be there.
I will say this movie had some fun bad guys. They just didn't give them enough time to like
Did
really
they?
do it.
Jay, name the bad guys.
You have Fart Fingers, or what's her name?
Typhoid Mary?
Typhoid Mary.
Who was the bad guy from Iron Fist Season 2.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Portrayed much better.
Yeah, that was portrayed much better. But yeah, she has fart fingers. At least the way it's done in the movie is like.
Also, there is a scene, they showed it a lot in the trailer. I do remember this. Between when Elektra initially fights these bad guys that Jay can't name. She gets snuck up on by Typhoid Mary, and she kisses her.
That's in the movie.
It is in the movie. But did you notice how like that scene was like set up? That shot was like they worked on that shot for a while.
And the kiss was not good.
No, it wasn't.
It just looked like they were putting their faces close to each other.
Yes. But they really like, oh, this is going to be so cool. We got to put this in the trailer. Guys will come to this movie because we got 2 girls kissing. It's 2005. Oh my God. This is
it's
a silly
so
point.
edgy.
It's so edgy. It's so hot. It was not. It's not.
It's really not.
It's weird.
You got fart fingers. You got tattoo dude.
Tattoo dude, yeah.
Tattoo Beast Boy. You got, I think his name is Stone or something.
His name was Stone, which is a comic book character.
Who he got murdered into farts. Mostly when these guys get killed, they disappear into farts.
Yes, they do.
There was that like fast guy.
Kagiri, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Did he have powers of any kind?
He was very good with swords.
Oh, okay. Is that a power?
He's a comic book character as well.
I'm keeping all these characters, even though I don't know their names in my fix. But they're fun. Like the guy had a bird come out of his tattoo.
Sure,
and then,
he was the one that was utilized the most in the movie.
Well, because he's the only like what was like the main guy's the main bad guy? What was even his powers? Is he just like swift?
think so. Maybe.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. He's good at being a ninja.
It seemed like his powers were throwing sheets in the air because a lot of that last fight was a lot of sheets in the air.
That last scene was basically just all sheets.
Yeah. It was it was not it. It was not it. But like there was like the possibilities were there.
Well, I did a little research, and so of like what Elektra did in the comics. But basically, she does get killed by Bullseye in the comics when they were vying to be Kingpin's #1 enforcer. Mm-hmm. Bullseye kills her, and then she gets resurrected by the Hand, and then which is what happens in this movie. When she gets resurrected off screen, we don't know who did it.
Yeah,
but then in the comics, for a little while, she is torn between the Chaste and the Hand, and she doesn't know which way to go, or to just be her own free agent, which is compelling and cool. Which I believe they were trying to do in this movie.
Yeah,
and there was a storyline in the comics of her trying to protect important younglings or whatever, and a lot of them do get killed, but she is able to save one of them at the end, which is probably what they were pulling for this movie. But like, I can't name you anyone's characterization in this movie. I don't know. Was her name Abby?
Sure.
We don't know why she's special.
Sure.
We don't know what her power is. Her weapon's dumb. We don't.
Yeah.
Nothing. They don't give the time. Well, again, if this same script was done now, they wouldn't waste time with a lot of this stuff, and they would show us things.
Yeah, I think
because we're better at telling comic book stories now. But in the time, they're just like, that's right. Here's comic book characters.
Yeah.
You know them. Here you go.
Yeah,
whatever.
They're
smashing together and they're fighting, right?
It's like,
that's
no,
cool.
you gotta take this seriously.
Cool, right? Yeah.
Like this Elektra movie is like the Elektra movie that comes in the frame when you buy it. Do you know what I mean? Everything felt so friggin' generic. Like it all felt like a lot of these scenes, like especially with her and like the dad. I was like, this feels like one really long prescription drug commercial. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's like, I was like, at some point, I imagine I'm going to see Elektra and this dude in 2 bathtubs holding hands.
Sure.
While having a conversation about ninjas coming to kill them. Like, it just felt, this movie has no voice. This movie has no perspective.
Has no vibe. It just goes.
Yeah. It just doesn't.
It doesn't explain itself.
Doesn't explain anything. And we also, for 5 minutes, watch Jennifer Garner take all of her toiletries out of the bag and organize them.
She has OCD, and that's really important because
Is it though?
Because that character trait in no way impacts the story.
Yeah.
But she has OCD, everybody.
I do imagine...
See, character traits. She has OCD. Not shown in Daredevil.
No.
Also, the fact that they don't reference Daredevil at all. Like Stick, who is the mentor and teacher of Matt.
Yep.
Which is really important.
In the movie.
Yes, he's a main character in the movie.
Never mentions Matt.
Never mentions Matt, and he's never
Stick,
mentioned
who is
in
a Daredevil character. He's not even in it. Yep. It's terrible.
They don't even reference the movie. This comes on after. Like it's insane.
They shot a scene apparently.
Oh, really?
I did some research. They shot a scene with and they didn't put it in the movie. Do you know why?
They shot a scene with Ben Affleck?
Yes.
Oh, crap. What?
Do you know why he wasn't? Do you know why they didn't include it in the film?
I don't know.
And do you know why he wasn't involved?
I don't.
The producers thought that the real life relationship between the two of them would distract from the promotion of the film. They were like, "Oh, well, it was Ben and Jennifer Lopez's relationship, like from a production perspective, that tanked the Geely movie." That's what the article said. Not a TikTok, actually an article.
Oh my god.
They were worried that like people getting lost in the sauce of their relationship would like hurt the movie, which is the stupidest thought. It's the stupidest.
They clearly didn't read the rest of the script.
No.
Because the script hurt the movie.
Yeah. Because I looked into it because I was like, I would like to include Matt in my fix.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, I don't want to do it if it was completely impossible. Because if I'm being honest, when we do our fixes here, I try to do my fix from the mindset of Granted, some of them go off the rails, but if I'm actually doing a fix,
No, you do,
and not just creative writing.
Yes,
I do like to do it in the realm of was technically possible for the film.
sure.
to be
If there
made.
was some things going on behind the scenes that we weren't aware
So
of,
Matt
why
is-
Ben Affleck couldn't be in the movie.
Ben Affleck is on the table from at least what I've read.
Interesting.
And now, granted,
Okay.
there could have been a sequence in Beautiful Bean footage where Brian tells me I am wildly wrong. So there's always that.
It is recorded
but-
later. We don't know.
But wouldn't be the first time Brian's told us we were wildly wrong, and we charged forward anyways. That's a previewed guarantee. We don't always know what we're doing, but
Nope.
we're gonna be charging to the front.
We're gonna say some things wildly out of pocket.
J presses
But-
W. J presses W. Get in the fight. Oh, this is a fighting game. Let's go. But position. No, shoot.
Sorry, I'm taking cover. I'm taking 3/4 cover.
No one cares. Just kill him. Adam and I play video games differently.
We do.
Yeah. So I think we should get into our fixes, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, we probably should. Anything else you want to say about this movie that really sucks?
This movie has no voice, and that's the problem.
No. It doesn't explain how Elektra came back. It also did not explain how she was able to revive Abby, who apparently did die at the end of the movie, but then she came back.
Yeah.
But
This movie had no reason to exist, and this movie in particular really, really, really needed a reason to exist from a marketing perspective, because when they said they were making an Elektra movie, the everyone writ large went, why? And this movie was like, oh, we'll show you why. And then they opened up the folder, and there was nothing in it.
this movie could have helped expand the Daredevil universe. At the
1,000%.
end of Daredevil, no one's dead.
No one's dead.
You already know Elektra's back because she hung her necklace and braille.
Because I was like, who made it out of Daredevil? Just so I
Everybody.
can work with it. And I was like, oh, everyone. Mm-hmm. What?
They were like this. It's like, hey, and it was a pretty decent movie that I would not have minded.
I might go home and watch
More
it tonight.
stuff. You totally should.
Yeah.
You will be entertained. There's only a couple things that didn't age very well, but like, hey, you know what? This is a decent film.
Yeah.
And look for the longer cut. There's two versions of the movie, and one of them's a half hour longer with more stuff in it. That's like way better. Kind of like Batman v Superman.
Oh, okay.
The longer
version.
is better because like, oh yeah, all those character moments that we needed to connect things
that we really needed. Yeah.
Watch Daredevil.
So with all of the extended cuts, part of me is like, maybe the problem with Snyder is that he has hired the wrong editors.
I don't think it's a studio thing.
Maybe, I don't know.
They got to get this movie under 2 hours. Or it's
Well,
gotta
but
be
then they
close to 2 hours
cut
as
then they
possible.
cut the wrong stuff.
True.
Like
They could have cut Wonder Woman. That would have been easy. Get out of there. Yeah. That'll be next week.
That's next week.
Next week.
I like that Wonder Woman was in it, but I get it. All right, hit me with your fix, my dude.
Okay, I'm gonna go in first.
Adam, Elektra, fix it.
So I'm going to attempt to do what the movie was trying to do, but A, better, and B, set up the Daredevil universe.
Oh, okay.
We're going to attempt, like, hey, Daredevil, the first one was pretty good. You know what? It's 2005. Well, they're shooting this probably in early 2004. We're a couple years away from them, starting production on Iron Man. So, like, hey, you know what? And as we learned, Kevin Feige was executive producer on this thing.
Yes.
So, like, he's starting to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
We could use this movie to, like, prove why she should be here and why we need this movie.
Yeah.
Will be to backfill a lot of information about Daredevil and the hand and stick and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And be true to the
And the
comics.
chaste.
Because this thing there's no D in it.
Chaste.
Yeah. But it's chaste. But that sounds like past tense of
So
chase.
you're thinking it's CHASTDE?
No,
From
I'm
a
thinking
sounding perspective?
No, it's CHASED. Chase. Like I was chased.
No, but
Chased
it's
by bad guys.
Chased.
Yeah, chased.
We're blowing out the pop filters probably in a major
Chased.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, I was chased by a bad guy.
It's not chaste. It's chaste.
chased.
Chased.
I'm pronouncing it the same way.
You're
I'm chased by the bad guy.
chaste.
and I'm a very
chaste.
I'm a very chaste person.
They're very different, but
I know they are very different in how you write them, but when you say them, they sound the same. That's what I'm saying. They sound the same.
Yeah. If you're a pedestrian slob, then absolutely they do.
I'm a proud slop goblin, Jen. So don't be coming over here. Slop goblins pronounced chaste and chaste.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay. So Daredevil happens. All the same stuff happens in Daredevil, right? We start opening of this movie. There's no VO. We start back in Daredevil.
Oh.
And we're going to see Elektra's death. If we want to, we can even start with the Evanescence song. It's super awesome.
Wake me up inside.
Wake me up. It's so good. But we're going to see the shots of the movie and her getting killed by Bullseye. But we're only going to see it from Elektra's perspective, like the scene that she's in.
Oh, okay.
So, like, she says goodbye to Matt, and, like, she dies, and the cops show up, and she's just dead on the ground. And then that's where we hard cut, and then she wakes up.
Yeah.
So, but she wakes up, she's looking around, she's like, where am I? What's going on? This is very strange. I was on the rooftops in New York City, and now I'm in some type of cave or something. I don't exactly know what's going on. There's clearly like a ritual or something happened here. So she's also, I'm kind of naked. Okay, what? So she kind of gets up, obviously drapes herself with something. And before she can kind of get too far, like attendants come into the room. I was like, oh, finally, you're awake. Hooray, hooroo. Thank gosh, you're back. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass here.
You are awake. Haru. Of Listeria, arise for a...
The Lord has arisen.
Haru.
So she quickly learns... Elektra quickly learns that she was resurrected by an organization known as a Hand. So we're going to have Elektra be our audience surrogate and I don't know what the Hand is.
Yeah.
Great. Let me show you around the factory here, and we'll show you how we make all the chocolate and stuff. Like, we're gonna learn who the Hand is, what they want to do, how the organization is structured, and and just what their desires are. Because and they're gonna do your dark side pitch of we're not evil, we're just trying to let people live up to their potential.
Yeah.
We're just, this is what the organization is. We had our eyes on you in New York, but unfortunately we weren't able to.
If you have all these possibilities with your force powers, why shouldn't you use them? And the Jedi are all high and mighty, and yet they control people's minds. Anyways.
So then we're going to see her death through their eyes. We're going to go back to see her die, and then we're going to pick up the Hand, how they got her out of New York and to
cool.
their
That's fun.
organization.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do a training montage with the Hand. We really, we wanted to hire you. We wanted to be a part of this organization. We think you have a lot of potential here. And yes, you've had some training, but you haven't had our training. So we're going to get some training perspective. We're going to meet Kagiri. I don't think the guy who was the sword guy who was in the movie.
Let's just say Kagiri.
Kagiri.
And if we're wrong, we're so sorry.
Sorry about that, but that is Kagiri.
We can call him K-Man or Kevin. We can call him Kevin.
Kagiri's fine.
All right,
close enough. And so they're going to be partnered up, and they're going to go out on missions and stuff like that. We're going to see her kind of get involved with the Hand, and eventually she's going to learn okay, you are involved in this organization, you're doing a great job, let's bring you into the wider thing here. We need you to go to assassinate this guy. And they're like, okay, this is a really important guy, you're the best two operatives that we have, go assassinate the guy in the name of the Hand. Well, yeah, we're gonna do it. They go off, and it turns out that she runs into Stick.
Oh.
Now again, since Stick was not involved in the first movie at all, we have to use this opportunity to introduce Stick.
Throw in a Matt told me about you.
Well, they're gonna fail their mission.
Oh.
But we're going to see that this guy recognizes Elektra. And so because Stick is head of the chaste, and he's very good. So he's able to take out both of them, but he's going to kidnap Elektra.
Oh.
And take her back to the chaste base. And it's hi, so you don't know me, but I'm actually...
based. Is what it's called.
So I'm just trying to come up with a joke of how the base is shaped like a giant turkey. Surrounded by a
If you
moat,
really want a
maybe.
juicy ninja organization, you got to baste it. You know what I'm saying? If you really want it juicy. But if you want real results, you got to go with the Booster Club. They're gonna get you.
Oh, and by the way, all the action in this is like straight up. It's very serious. People are dying. There's no turning to mist or anything like that.
Yeah,
like
man.
it's actual assassinations.
yeah.
Like this is actual training.
Yeah, no one's bursting into farts. It really looked like farts.
Yes, and after watching Ahsoka, is like, no. You don't kill a guy and just turns into a bunch of farts. That's not how we.
No.
That's a cop out.
No.
Nope.
No.
So Stick kidnaps or frees Elektra from the hand's influence and like brings her back to the base. And like, oh, great, now we have another opportunity of like, hey, so I'm Stick. I'm Matt's teacher. I'm the one who taught him how to fight when I ran into him as a kid. He knows about us. He told me about you, and he doesn't know. And he doesn't know you're alive. Yeah. That's the one thing we changed about Daredevil. We don't know she is alive, because that's ridiculous. Because they didn't tell us how she came back.
Yeah.
So she can't just like leave a braille version of her necklace on it, waiting for Matt on a random rooftop. That's BS.
Yeah.
So he can just say he's talked to Matt. He's very sad you're gone. He's going to be thrilled that you're back. But like, you need to know what's going on here.
Yeah, but we can't tell him until you're ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would crush him. So we name drop Matt. He gets credentials of like, no, I'm Stick. I'm friend. I'm basically kind of family at this point. So like, but this is a situation. We're the chased. They're the hand. They're the bad guys. We're the good guys. Like, I see you have some training. Like Matt, I trained to Matt, and Matt was able to beat you. So I think maybe that you could use a little bit more assistance, because we'd love to have you be a part of our organization, and you could help Matt, because Stick's a good guy. He's just trying to do right by Matt and now Elektra, and just like, try to win this epic war between good and evil, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So he starts training Elektra, and eventually she's like, okay, hey, this is cool. Yeah, this is a different way of fighting. I'm getting better. This is all fantastic. And eventually we get to the point where she's like, you know what I could do to help out this whole thing? What if I go back to the hand as a double agent? That is a great idea, because we think something's brewing something seems to be up, and we really could use some intel. And she's like, I got you. I'm going to go back, and we'll try. It might be hard for me to get back in, because it has been a little while since I've been gone and failed on this mission, and everyone thought I was dead. So like, it may take a little bit for me to regain their trust, but like, as soon as I find out what's going on, I'll get back to you. I'll let you know what's up.
Yeah.
So she re-infiltrates the hand. It's like, I was captured, and I finally freed myself. And I don't really trust her at first, but then she does some. We'll figure out, but she does some things to like regain their trust. Like maybe she kills a couple guys. Maybe she does some questionable things to like kind of get the intel that she needs. And so eventually, she gets back on their good side. She's reteamed with Kagiri, and she's like, hey, so this is the mission that Stick was talking about. There is a VIP that has a MacGuffin who we need to go get, because it'll help our ultimate plans of blah, 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 blah. And she's like,
Sure.
Fantastic. The hand will be there.
MacGuffin.
Important VIP guy, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm realizing now, like, we doesn't actually matter. We can just tell
doesn't
her.
matter.
It doesn't matter what these things are.
Yeah, man.
We'll get that in draft 3. Just like, and the guy had a MacGuffin. So she informs Stick of what the plan is. So the hand have their plan. And then she tells Stick, I'm the DM. And now the chased have their plan to entrap the hand. So now we're going into Act 3 now, where 2 heists are going on at the same time. The hand's plan and the chased's plan. And the chased is trying to trap the hand, take them out, and protect the VIP. So we're gonna see these 2 plans happening at the same time. Kind of, everything's totally working out.
Yes.
Everything, and Elektra's like the kind of the go-between. She's like totally like playing this perfectly. The chase has almost got right to the VIP and almost got Kagiri, and everything's gonna be great. And then a pivotal moment, Elektra does one little audible, and Stick, Kagiri, the MacGuffin, the VIP, and Elektra all end up in the same room. And then Elektra blows up everyone's spot, grabs the MacGuffin, and leaves.
Huh.
And so everyone starts fighting each other. And so there's a 3-way fight between Stick, Kagiri, and Elektra. And in the bedlam of the hand and the chase now fighting, because like everyone's cover is blown, and there's a massive fight scene over this whatever this. It's probably at some chateau that's so like isolated chateau in the French Riviera, blah 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 blah. So with everyone fighting and stuff, Elektra's able to get everyone else to fight and have a cool 3-way fight, and then at a certain moment, just like, you know what, you both trained me, bye. But she has a really cool monologue of like, I'm no one's tool. I'm not going to be used by you. I'm not going to be used by you. I have my own wants and desires. I'm my own woman. I have my own plans.
Yeah.
Peace. Because that's her character. You're not telling me that I'm fucking awesome when she's kicking everyone's ass? So she absconds with this the MacGuffin. Everyone's fighting. Everyone loses because she's in the wind.
It's actually a great song for Elektra. Wake Me Up. That's pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So she goes her own way and just deuces is out. And so like she's got the thing and the movie is over.
Oh.
And then we get a little scene with well, it depends on it. So so the movie and the action scene's over.
Yeah.
She gets her ultimate goal of freedom.
Yes.
I am going to make my own calls. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want.
Hell yeah.
And I don't want to be part of whatever the heck this is.
Yeah.
Don't ever use me again. Bye. And now she can become like an independent contractor or do whatever the heck she wants. Because she starts this movie that way, and we don't know how that happened. This is like, oh yeah, that's how that happened.
Yeah.
So hard cut after she struts out and is super awesome, leaving a wake of just dead bodies behind her, both hand and chase. Because she doesn't care, whatever. She's Elektra. So depending on if we have access to Ben Affleck or not, if we don't, we can easily use Jon Favreau. It's fine because the law offices of what's the law office's names? It's Foggy Nelson. It's Nelson and Murdoch. Gets a call, and depending on who's available, let's say it's Foggy. He gets a call and it's Elektra. And I was like, oh, hey Foggy. Yeah, we haven't really met, but I just wanted to leave a message for Matt. And like she just like, hey, I'm alive. I'm okay. I'll maybe be back in the city at some point. But if I am, better stay on my good side.
Oh yeah.
So she's just kind of like,
wake me up inside.
Yeah, and then
yeah,
we cut from Foggy on the phone to Elektra on the phone. She's like, obviously somewhere like where those spy films end of like, on the cliffside of a
in
palatial
the Maldives
mansion.
or something.
And it pans out, and she's like, she's clearly doing well for herself now.
Yeah.
She's got her own little base, like to do whatever it is Elektra wants to do. Wake me up.
Yeah, it's a regular base, not a based.
It's not a base. It's a base.
Yeah. All right, that's pretty great, dude.
Yeah, it's Elektra going her own way. She's that rogue agent in between everybody, not one side or the other.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be a fun like, oh, triple cross. I'm out. I was in it for myself the whole time. Bye.
Yeah, that's good.
And I think it'd be something in 2005 most people wouldn't see coming in a superhero movie.
Yeah, that's really good. Awesome. Okay. My fix.
Jay's fix.
Okay. I liked your... that's a lot. That was good. That was concise. It was tight.
What's the hand? What's the chased? What's the based? Elektra gets free, gets a MacGuffin, starts her own thing as a contractor.
Yeah.
But also filled out all the stuff in more stuff in the Daredevil slice of everything.
Yes. Cool. So my fix.
Jay's fix.
It
starts with Evanescence, right?
Yeah.
Is this the piano?
Wake me up. So my fix wakes up with Elektra waking up.
Yeah.
She is woken up.
The guy. He keeps yelling at her to wake up. Sorry.
He needs to be saved.
I really like that song.
I know you do.
Sorry.
I know you quote it a lot.
Every time someone says it when we're doing a reaction, that's like, "You wake me up," like Jay.
She is woken up. Elektra is woken up by Stick.
Oh.
She is at the base of. She's at the base of the chased. And we get kind of a lore dump as to what happened of like everything that happened at the end of Daredevil with all the stuff with the hand and stuff. We learn about the hand. We learned about the chased. And
not in VO. He actually like walks her through.
Yeah, and they're walking through the base and
yeah.
like talking, and we also get explained that like she has the ability to come back. She's very special in that regard. So like we get we don't just get it in some weird animation that she can resurrect. It's a huge important thing, and they just don't really talk about it. It's crazy. It's like the one thing she's special at, other than being good at fighting. Like, it's crazy to me. That she can come back, and there's a very specific, it's not easy, but it's possible. And so he's like, I'm sure that I'm not sure. You can just go and live your life if you would like to, but like this organization is kind of about fighting the hand, and who's kind of still tentatively under the control of Wilson Fisk, at least the New York branch.
Oh,
if you'd like to help us, like, we are trying to undermine Wilson Fisk's agreement with the hand is very fragile, and we feel like we can kind of kill two birds with one stone.
Because he got arrested at the end of.
Yes, but
so
he's Kingpin. He gets out. It's Kingpin.
Yeah.
So if you'd like us to, if you'd like to help us, we'd love to have you. But you're also free to do whatever you'd like. Like, they give her the choice. They give her the blue pill moment, and she's like, okay, like, I think that's something that
I might be interested in.
I might be interested in. And so Stick, we get a training montage because wow, that jump rope scene in this movie, and her training montage in this was pretty egregious.
Oh right, she jumped,
and it came out of nowhere.
Just one arm
it just like they hadn't earned it yet. It just was like,
no, they haven't.
I think they just like got that on tape and were like, we got to put it somewhere. It's terrible.
We need to fill time. Have Jennifer just count all the toiletries that she has.
Man, she spent like 5 minutes just like being like, yeah.
Do you think the audience knows she's got OCD?
Cool. So we get a training montage of her training with Stick. This is where we get the lore drop about but it's not, he doesn't know about her. He drops details about previous students. Like, he drops the line of like, he's like, I've taught a blind man how to fight better than you. And it like slowly becomes revealed that like he's
talking about Matt.
They're talking about Matt Murdock, and she's like, I know Matt Murdock. He's like, oh my god, okay, like that's so.
I fell in love with him in 3 days.
She gets introduced. 3 days, golly. Stick, after her training and her induction into the Chaste, she is put on. They kind of have like a special hitter squad that is being sent to New York to deal with Wilson Fisk, who has obviously made his way out of jail because he's Kingpin, and that's how it works. That's one thing I loved in Echo, when she drives the car through the thing, and he literally just walks up and it just grabs her, and the cops go, oh yeah,
yes, yep.
I was like, oh, what a great way of showing and not telling. Like, that's so. Like, they were just so casually like, oh, Wilson's here. Yeah, let's...
Everyone, yep. Everyone, yep.
Stay away from the car doors, everybody. He will smash you in them. But she's introduced... We're going to keep a lot of these same characters. We get Typhoid Mary. And Typhoid Mary in this is going to act a little bit like a foil to Elektra.
Great.
Like, they're going to become friends in this.
Ooh,
and
okay,
kind
great.
of operate, because like, this whole Chase thing is kind of a boys club. But she's like, I'm special like you. A lot of our organization
I got the fart fingers.
I got fart fingers. Is special like us. We get Tattoo Guy. We're keeping Kagiri. It becomes pretty clear. I'm giving Kagiri better powers because his powers are bad. I thought it would be fun and very fitting in the ninja style. He's a shapeshifter in this. Like, he can like change his form.
Whoa,
to help infiltrate. Because I think,
I
think because his powers weren't really that clear. He just was really swift. I don't know. It didn't
had control over Cotton apparently.
I didn't really track. So it's him. him, Tattoo, and Typhoid Mary and Elektra.
They're all part of the Chased.
They're all part of the Chase.
Whoa!
In this.
Okay.
Because they are all, like Elektra, they are all cast-offs from the Hand. Like, they want to take down the Hand because they got
grudges.
like, it's all personal grudges against the Hand. So they're like,
Okay.
cool. Like, we take out Wilson Fisk and his relationship with the Hand. Like, they're going to be without a head in New York, and then, like, we can kind of take over. And she's like, I just want to kill Wilson. I don't really care about anything else. Because, you know, she, like, it becomes, when she realizes that Matt didn't kill her dad, it's pretty clear who did. She's like, I just need to kill Wilson. And so they are in New York, and we get kind of like a couple of montages of them taking out some
hand trash.
And it makes the news a little bit.
Sure.
And
Is it Ben Urich? Oh, you don't. Yeah, Ben Urich.
I know who Ben Urich is.
Yeah, but in the movie, it's played by the guy who was the bad guy from Matrix.
Oh.
Yeah. They
yeah.
whitewashed Ben Urich in Daredevil.
He's not always black.
Oh, isn't he? I've always known him as a black character.
No, Hardline. I used to pick up the Hardline book.
Oh, really?
Oh, when it was just about. I was like, I buy a comic book about. I don't think I think he's been many different. There's been, because his nephew is the fourth Green Goblin of all things, the one that goes good.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was always.
There's been many different iterations of Urich.
I was under the impression he was black.
I think his character works well on that front. Like, he can be a bunch of different things, but I think that what they did in the Daredevil show on Netflix is like they nailed it with him.
Yeah.
But anyways, that could have been Ultimate. No,
Sorry,
I'm getting really bogged down.
Sorry about that.
Paper comes across the secretary's desk at Nelson and Murdoch.
It's Karen.
It
is Karen.
Oh yeah,
she's in the movie. Karen's in the movie.
Yeah, I guess she is. And Matt Foggy tells Matt like, oh, like, it looks like the Hand's back up to something, and like he's reading details, and it's like something strikes him as weird, and so we get another sequence of this little like Hand cat, like this little group of cast-offs, and eventually Daredevil steps in to kind of fight them a little bit, and it comes down to like Elektra and Daredevil like find themselves away from the group for reasons.
Sure.
And while they're fighting, they're kind of like talking, like hashing this out, and he's trying to figure out what's going on with her. And she was like, "Oh, I met your friend Stick, by the way, blah 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 blah. Like, he's been training me, and like he's helping me take down the Hand." And there's a pause, and Matt's like, "That's not Stick." Okay, interesting. Stick's in Bangladesh. I don't know who you're working for. And she's like, "You're lying. Like, this isn't it." And eventually, they defeat Daredevil. He heads out. He hightails it out, because like one good Daredevil scene, much like the Echo show, is enough.
It's enough.
But the doubt is planted in Elektra's mind, but she is so intent on vengeance, she just can't see it. She was like, you know what? She's like, I don't even care if it's not him. I don't care. I just want to kill Wilson. And so eventually, it gets to a point where they have locked down Wilson's position. They're like, he's going to be having dinner with his family. You know where he is. Like, we can take him out. And they head up, and it comes down to basically like this team like takes on Wilson's building. It gets to a point where like they corner Wilson and his wife and daughter in their dining room, and it becomes readily apparent really quickly that this group of Chased is not who they say they are. it comes to light that Elektra has just been manipulated by the Hand, who is tired of dealing with Wilson, and they want to just take back their own organization in New York, and they want to rule. And they're like, we'll do whatever we do. The Hand does whatever it has to do in order to keep
control.
And Wilson's like, it's not. He's like, that's not what crime is about. Crime is just about like helping the little guy get what they need to. We're humanizing Fisk a little bit.
Yes.
Elektra fights off Kagiri. We find out through the fight that he has been Stick the whole time because he can shapeshift.
Very good. Very good.
And it comes up that Wilson, his wife and daughter, Elektra helps them kind of escape into like a back exit. They hightail it out of the city and like head to like, they're like, we have a safe room upstate. Blah 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 blah. But the Hand's like, great, you're gone. Like we can kind of take over. Like that's kind of what we wanted to have happen anyways. And Elektra, and so we get like a long scenes between like Elektra like endears herself to Wilson's wife and daughter, and we get a Wilson Fisk performance because also like, dude, Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin is good.
He did a great job.
Let's get more of that.
Yes.
I want more of that. Yes, please and thank you. But we also get a Wilson Fisk that is very similar to like Gentleman Johnny Marconi.
Yes.
In that he is like, he does what he has to do, but it's not and they like, he's like, she's like, why shouldn't I kill you? Like, you killed my dad. And he's like, look, he was turning state's evidence. I don't know what to like. I had to protect my people. Like a lot of people were gonna get hurt over what he was about to tell the government. So like I had to deal with him. Like I did not want to. I loved your father. He was a great man, but he got in trouble and he was about to give everybody up. And like he was like, all of my people have families. He was like, you may not like what we do for a living, but like there are a lot of
it helped pay for your life.
It helped pay for like, you know. Like, but as they're walking through, like he's like pointing at like security guards in the safe house, and he's like, he just had like he just had a kid. Like how is your daughter? Like 6 months. That's a great age.
He knows everybody.
He knows everybody, and he's like kind in his own way, but there's still that like kind of savagery to it.
Yes,
there's a menace to it, and so he's like, look, you may not like what I do, but there are a lot worse people that could do this. And the Hand is one of those organizations. He was like, I could reach out. Like, you thought you were working for the Chase. They could help. But again, your informant was correct. They are not in the country right now. Like, there's no way for for them to get here in time. And they're also not going to help me. No. So this may just be you and me. And he was like, can you call anyone? And he was like, not anyone that's going to want to work with you. He's like, yeah, I have that effect on people. So Elektra and Kingpin basically, like, he's like, there's a secret way into my, like, I can kind of restore control from like my home base if we can just get in there.
Right.
They sneak their way into their home base, but also like kind of have to fight their way in.
Sure, yeah.
So we get Elektra like stabbing everybody, and Kingpin absolutely bodying fools. Michael Clark Duncan just ripping shit.
We got like, the Rogue and the Barbarian running in.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much it. So we get like buddy fights with Kingpin and Elektra, which are really fun.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, like I don't know how this is gonna pan out, but like I know you don't want to work with me anymore after this, but like there could be some opportunities. And she's like, after all of this, like I'm open to it. So basically, like they fight their way back up. Elektra fights Kagiri, who is simultaneously transforming to like all like important people to her through this fight. And so we get like her kind of like her destroying her demons and like trying and eventually being like, I have been running towards something because I thought I was supposed to, but like it's time for me to be who I want to be, which is I think the journey of Elektra.
Yes.
She was like, all of my preconceived notions were wrong. The only thing I've learned is the only person I can trust is me, so I need to figure out what I want to do while she's simultaneously absolutely
fools, yeah.
And eventually, we get the final fight between her and Kagiri, and he is transforming into all these different important people from her. I already said that. After all the other ones are defeated as well, or not in the picture, Kagiri kills Elektra. She gets distracted by one of his forms, and he stabs and kills her.
Is it her mom?
Yes. And eventually, Kagiri, while killing Elektra and is distracted, is shot and killed by Kingpin.
Oh,
who he's like, no, like he's trying to like actively save her. Basically like that we're at a fade to black moment. And that's the end of my movie. Now, we start credits, quote unquote, but then we get a post credit sequence that's like 10 minutes. We get a post credit sequence, that is, it's Wilson Fisk back in his office and back at his desk. And we get the mom and the daughter walk in, and it's Wilson reaching behind his desk, pulling out a briefcase, and was like, "You guys did a great job. There's $150,000 in here. I might need you guys. Like, I know central casting, like, you know, your contract is technically up, but like I let central casting know if I need you again, like to, you know, I might need you guys at another point."
Wow, bud! Wow!
And they're like, "Oh, great, thank you, Mr. Fisk," and they leave. And then he gets up from his desk and walks. So he's kind of orchestrated that entire thing. He walks through, and sees like this has set up a ceremonial like situation.
Sure, yeah.
In the building, and Elektra wakes up and it's Kingpin. Like she wakes up again and doesn't really know what's going on or who she is, and she's like, and he's like, "How would you like to run the hand?" Fade to black. So I'm setting up I am setting up this movie as like kind of like Deadpool 2, like Deadpool like 1.5.
Sure.
But we're getting we're gonna get Elektra's villain arc. Because like they're like, "Oh, she's doing her own thing." I'm like, she was already kind of doing her own thing in the first. Like she's a villain in a lot of Daredevil stuff.
She is.
I want to set her up as a villain who redeems herself.
Sure.
Like this felt like the redemption movie for a villain we never really had.
That's a good way of putting it.
So let's get Elektra's villain arc going.
Yeah.
And she has been manipulated into running the hand by Wilson Fisk.
Yo!
Isn't that good?
That was really good, dude.
That's fun.
Boy, we crushed this.
Yeah, we sure did.
Hot damn.
We really were having a hard time with this one though. Because this was not.
This is a very terrible movie.
Yeah, but it's also a character that like has not been historically like doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't have a ton to work with.
No, but
It's
has
all
done
about her relationship with other institutions.
But she's
and
done
things.
some crazy stuff.
Sure,
she helped Wolverine out a lot.
Not a bad character.
She was like one of the first people to be replaced as a Skrull in Secret Invasion in the comics.
But it's also not a character I really have a lot of affection for. I have to be totally honest.
No?
I don't really care that much. So it was like, this was a lot of me asking the internet details.
Who Elektra?
Who Elektra?
Why Elektra?
Yeah. And you're like, what are her villains? And it's like, oh, these are not.
Those are all heroes. Wait a second.
Yeah, she's a villain. Like, let's make her a villain. That's what makes her love story with Daredevil so compelling. Because she's bad. I mean, the Daredevil show got it right.
Yes.
Like, I'd rather her get in too deep with a bad organization and try to fight her way out, but also maybe she is kind of bad.
Maybe she's a little bit naughty.
Maybe she's a little
bit naughty. Maybe she's a little naughty.
Yeah.
Maybe she's a little naughty. Just like all of our Mystic Ninjas in the Booster Foundation.
Yeah, man.
Well, just a little bit naughty.
They'll get you. But, yeah, this has been our episode of Fix It. We did it. We fixed it.
We did fix it.
We remembered
Jay.
all the segments. We're killing it.
We did remember all the segments.
We remember fries are just vehicles for sauce, and that's the way the good Lord intended them. But thank you guys so much for watching / listening, or listening as we say. If you guys are catching this on the YouTube, we've started putting this on the main YouTube channel, is where we're going to be releasing this for at least the immediate future. Hey, if you are a peach and you are just checking this show out for the first time, or just been catching the past 2 episodes since we've been putting this here, maybe consider subscribing to the audio platforms as well. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're wherever you can find the audio version of this show. If you want to carry us around in your pocket, I guess you can technically already do that with the video version, but sometimes it's just easier to play it on an audio
It's just
player.
our ethereal voices.
It's just our voices. If you want to bring us along in your car, consider subscribing to the show on those platforms as well. Honestly, I think as much as I enjoy the video component, Brian does such a good job editing the audio.
He does. He does a very good job.
I think the audio format is, I think, the kind of the peak of this experience.
Sure.
We just put this on YouTube because, that's what you have to do now.
Podcasts are both visual and audio.
That's just how it works.
That's how things work.
But
now.
I'm also an audio nerd, so that's just me. Check it out. Also, while you're there, maybe consider leaving us a review on Apple or on Spotify. It really, really does help. It goes a long way to helping people find the show, because most algorithms on those platforms are not very good. So you have to be one of 100 podcasts to get recommended.
Sure.
But we really appreciate you guys watching this show. And on the YouTube platform, subscribe, hit that bell, do that YouTube that you do so well. Guacamole's Extra, you pod subscribing weirdos, you.
It's Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice next week.
Next week is a big one. It is a very, very big one. We're doing, Batman versus Superman. Yep. Call your mom Martha. It's gonna be fun. I don't know if I want to watch that movie again, but I'm going to have to. Anywho's, as we end every single one of these episodes, heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
It's the slow, sharpened, defensive sigh that you don't see coming. Because it's a defensive weapon, but she sharpened it too.
Yeah, for a defensive weapon, she sure killed a lot of dudes.
Sharpie, she wrote all over it.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.